Ash from the Captain Vita Show here for yet another Q&A. A late one, in fact. This was supposed to happen on Friday. Sorry that didn't. Some stuff came up and I wasn't in a condition to record. But now I am. It is Monday, so let's get your questions right away because we hit 1,000 subs. You guys had questions for it. Let's get to them. Our first question comes from Rob, the movie reviewer, and he asks, "Why are you so funny?" A question I get a lot. And the answer to that is, someone's gotta be. Next question comes from my good friend Austin Gaby. He has a few, and his first one is, have you seen Black Swan? Yes, good flick. His second question, do you watch any foreign films outside of anime? Sometimes. I prefer it when they're all like, but that's mainly anime, so I mainly watch anime. Then his last question is, favorite book and or book adaptation? Do I have a favorite book? My favorite book is The Great Gatsby, and I was a pretty big fan of that Baz Luhrmann Great Gatsby. Although Jaws and Jurassic Park are better, so yeah. My next question comes from my YouTube wife, Miss Cinema Darling, and she asks, do you think Ant-Man will be funnier than They Came Together? Nothing is funnier than They Came Together. Her second one is, what was the first Studio Ghibli film you ever watched? Spirited Away, when I was in maybe 5th grade, and it scared the hell out of me. 3, favorite classic film? Probably City Lights. Chaplin, City Lights, it's incredible. If you haven't seen it, watch it. It changed my life and cinema. And then our last question is, Rambo or Rocky? It's Rocky. It's Rocky. Rambo's great. I like Rambo. I don't love Rambo though, whereas Rocky changes lives. Our next few questions come from Patty Moran, and his first one is, would you rather only be able to watch your top 10 worst films of last year, but still be able to game and watch TV, or be able to watch any film, but never game or watch TV shows again? I guess buy TV and video games, because if I have to watch Transformers 5 and Transformers 4 and Paranormal Activity 5 all my life, I might just die from exhaustion. His next one is, what is the worst film you have ever watched? Movie 43. That was fun. What is the best song of all time? What is that song, Ash? My two favorites are Escape from the City from Sonic Adventure 2 and Tears in Heaven by Eric Clapton. Then his last one is not a question. So cool. My next question is from H. Hudson, and he says, if you was having a private party and it was only room for 4 more people, out of this lot, who would you let in? And his little lot he gave me is Ace Ventura, Bellatrix Lestrange, Groucho Marx, El Driver, Borat, T.H., Frank Durbin, and Frau Fabricine. Well, Ace Ventura and Groucho Marx immediately because they'd get me. Then Borat because we could have an impression off. And then Bellatrix Lestrange so I could tell her how garbage Harry Potter is. So our next few questions come from Scottish Man America, and his first question is, why? Because reasons. Second question is, favorite movie of the year so far? Still Kingsman. His third question is, I have a YouTube channel and all my videos are some booty, really bad, literally, physically, emotionally, and possibly sexually. Is there any way I could ever get to 1,000 subs? Find your voice, find charisma, do a thing, get quality. Yay! Also wear awesome ripped apparel shirts. I think that helps out a lot. Question 4. What is your favorite color? I like black if you couldn't tell. Question part 2 of 4. What happened to your hair? I don't know, it just kind of fell off. It was just gone one day. It was just, I found it in a trash can. I was like, oh hey. And he was like, hi. Yeah. And his last question is, let's say in 53 years you get 100,000 subs. Trust me, I did the math. What would you do to celebrate your victory? Remember, it's the future, so jetpacks and burning aliens are totally legal. I would challenge Chase Azarian from A Few Mixed Reviews to a boxing match. An old people boxing match. Next question comes from Rachel W., and she says, what is your favorite animated movie? Spirited Away. It's perfection. Next one comes from my old good friend, Mr. Tyler Franson. He says, you have a Captain Vita Show shirt. When are you going to start selling them? Well, if you guys want Captain Vita Show shirts, maybe I'll start selling them. I just bought that one for me so I could look cool in front of girls. Next ones come from Frank L., who has been a very good subscriber since the beginning, and one of his first ones is, what video game are you currently playing that you are completely psyched about? Arkham Knight, believe the hype, it's incredible. If you haven't gotten it yet, get it. Just get it, it's amazing. It made me, I've lost weight because of that game. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. Second question is, what is the worst video game you have ever played? It was that Wii Carnival game. And it was bad. See, I don't even remember the name. I blocked that part of my life out because it was that tragic. Then his last one is, finally, you know I'm a fan of Ash the Rockstar, so will you do a cover of Master Exploder from Tenacious D? Or if you can't do that one for some reason, wow us with your best song you can perform. That's a dog. I am nowhere near as talented enough to play Master Exploder. And I'll say this, Frank, stick around for a few hours, because I have something coming up on the channel that just might entertain you and get what you're wanted. Basically, there's a song coming out later today. Anyone? Sure. Our next few questions come from Ian Bulakalak. I always forget how to pronounce his name, but he's amazing and he's awesome and he's got to start a YouTube channel already. Got it, Ian? You gotta do it because you're that talented. I believe in you, kid. He has a few questions. His first one is, what is your favorite Blu-ray steelbook you own? My Spaceballs one, because it came with bumper stickers and it's also very pretty on the outside and it looks prettier than my Star Wars Blu-rays, so yeah. His second one is, now that I have heard you have finally seen Seven Samurai, what other Akira Kurosawa films have you seen? You know, that's step 2. I've seen Seven Samurai, still haven't seen Rashomon or any of the other ones, so I guess I'm gonna have to go hit up that Criterion sale they're having at the Barnes & Noble, aren't I? And his third question is, what is the best Studio Ghibli film not directed by Miyazaki? I'd have to say their latest one when Marnie was there. That thing, I'm still feeling the emotions from that one. It got me. It's very much not Miyazaki, so that's my answer. Number 4, since Barnes & Noble's Criterion sale has just started, any movies you need to pick up from the Criterion collection? Yeah, all those Akira Kurosawa ones I was talking about. Also, I really, maybe I should do this today, because I need to go out anyway. I should totally go out and buy City Lights, because I don't own that on the Criterion Blu-ray yet. And it's my favorite Chaplin movie, so you know what? I'm gonna make that today's game plan. I'm gonna make that a thing today. And then his fifth question is the Captain Vitus favorite segment still coming soon? It's still coming soon in the same way Batman Arkham Knight was coming soon. I just keep on delaying it because I keep on losing inspiration. It will be here. It will be here eventually, because that's a segment I've wanted to start for like a year now. So yeah, it'll come. Just be patient with me, because I'm very, very, very tired, man. Next questions come from Durant Cinema, and his first one is, if you could bring any celeb to the movies, who would it be? Probably Elizabeth Olsen, because I have a crazy mad crush on her. Number 2, pick anyone that you would have a dance-off with, and of course, who would win? Oh, I would totally have one with Nicolas Cage, because even when I lost, he'd still keep fighting, because my soul would still be dancing. Then his third one, Pepsi or Coke? Coke. Say Pepsi. If you like Pepsi, just leave a Coke out in the sun. There, now you have a Pepsi. There you go. And 4, will we see a Blu-ray out and about video? That would be fun, kind of like an amiibo hunting video. I'm not sure, because I don't go Blu-ray hunting. I will say pickups probably will be returning soon, though, so you'll get to see my Blu-rays again, because that's been on hiatus, unfortunately, but... So, next questions come from my lovely friend, Miss Nix and Nax. All the Nix and the Nax, not just the Nix, not just the Nax, Nix and the Nax. That's a 2-for-1 deal, though. That's insane. Her questions are, favorite music artist of all time, Eric Clapton. What's your most rewatched film? Probably Ghost Rider. I've seen Ghost Rider more times than anything. I know. Favorite action film, the original Die Hard. Next questions come from Taj White, and his are all what is the best and worst of, and his first one is best and worst Sonic game. Best Sonic game is Adventure 2. Worst is Rise of Lyric Sonic Boom, of course. Horror movie this year besides It Follows. Well, I haven't seen a horror movie this year besides It Follows that was good, so I'll say Big Game, because that was horrible, but I enjoyed it. And then worst, of course, what was it? Probably Poltergeist? I'm sure I have seen a worse horror movie this year than Poltergeist, but it's probably been blocked out of my mind, so I'll just say Poltergeist and be good with it. And then Grand Theft Auto game. I've only played 5 and 4, so 5 is the best, 4 is the worst? Even though 4 is clearly not the worst, it's just, I like 5 more. Next one comes from Super Mario Fan 03, and his first one is, how did Kingdom Hearts 3 look, and do you think that's Drake Bell as young Araquis? I think it looks awesome. Finally, it's coming to us. We've only been waiting for years. I was in middle school when I was waiting for this thing. I'm a grown, angry old man who collects toys, so yeah, it better be out soon, and whether that's Drake Bell or something, that's something you're going to want to consult Chase on, because he would know. I like how I'm just associated with Chase now, so I get the Drake Bell questions. That's just the thing that happens. Next one is, how does Fallout 4 look? Looks pretty good. I haven't played the Fallout games, so I'm not sure if I'm going to pick it up. Like, maybe if people go insane about it and it's all they can talk about at work, then sure. But as it stands, if I looked at it from a Fallout fan's perspective, I can see why everyone's so hyped. And then his next one is, who's your favorite actor in a serious role? Mine is Adam Sandler. Mine is probably I want to say also Adam Sandler. Actually, probably Bill Murray. Bill Murray can do drama. Watch Lost in Translation. That movie is just phenomenal. And then Adam Sandler, which is why I get so mad at him. He's such a good actor. He just doesn't like to show it. Then his next one is, who are you voting for in the Smash Bros. Ballot? If you are not voting Shovel Knight, we're not friends anymore, because I am Team Shovel Knight, voting Shovel Knight all day, every day. Shovel Knight, Shovel Knight. Who doesn't want a Shovel Knight amiibo? Come on! And his last one is, how do you feel about Paul Thomas Anderson directing Pinocchio? I thought he was only writing it. I really haven't been kept up to date if he's directing it or not, but I think that movie sounds awesome. Robert De Niro's Geppetto sounds amazing. I wasn't a fan of Paul Thomas Anderson's last film, Inherent Vice, but I like the dude. I mean, he made Boogie Nights, which is one of my favorite movies of all time, so I'm excited. And our next giant group of questions comes from 22 Tiger Dude, and his first one is, what did you do on the 4th of July? Well, first I worked. I went to work on the 4th of July because they pay you more when you go to work on the 4th of July. Then I came home, I ate some breadsticks, and I watched Rocky IV alone. And it was great, because Rocky IV is great, and being alone is great. Second question is, what do you like to do during your free time other than going to the movies? Obviously, my other true love is music, so I play a lot of guitar. In fact, stick around a little bit, we have something coming up. Like, not in this video, just like on the channel, something. Maybe a little thing I'm co-hosting with a little wooden friend of mine. It's not Pinocchio, but, you know, I play a lot of guitar, I play a lot of video games. I also love to build model kits. That's a thing that, like, I adore. Like, you see that Gurren Lagann one that falls over all the time and enrages me? Yeah, I built that, and it took me like 5 hours. I did Lucario there too. There's Charizard, and like Mewtwo and Xerneas and Yveltal all over there. I love building Pokemon model kits. It's love. This next one is, who's your favorite animated character from an animated movie? Say that'd probably be a tie between Shrek and WALL-E. Just the two of them going at it. They went at it and like had a little baby. That would be my favorite animated character. His fourth question, what's your favorite cartoon from Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, and Disney Channel? From Nickelodeon, it's always been SpongeBob, with Fairly Odd Parents in a very, very, very close second. Cartoon Network, I'm trying to remember Cartoon Network. I used to adore Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. I adored that show, so I'll say that. And then Disney Channel, what did Disney Channel have? I didn't really watch their cartoons as much. I just watched Sweet Life of Zack and Cody all day and called it good. If they animated that, then sure. Maybe Phineas and Ferb. That show was funny. It was funny. Question number 5. What is your favorite holiday? That is a tie between Christmas and Sylvester Stallone's birthday. Number 6. What is, so far, the most overrated and underrated movie of 2015 in your opinion? As far as overrated is concerned, let me come back to overrated. Underrated, though, Larry Gay, Renegade Male Flight Attendant. It's the best comedy here and no one has seen it. No one has seen it. In fact, talking comedies, you know, I loved the movie. I really didn't love the movie. I really liked the movie, but I think the fact Spy got like a 95% on Rotten Tomatoes was a bit insane. Because it was good, like it was really good, but it wasn't that good. So, maybe that, even though I really liked that movie. No, Dope! Dope! Dope is the most overrated movie a year. Dope! Dope! 7th question, what are your thoughts on the trailers for Creed and Steve Jobs? Well, the Creed one, if you haven't told, I'm like a ginormous Rocky fan. I adore everything Rocky. Rocky Balboa is like probably one of my favorite movie characters of all time. He's basically my idol. He's my hero. I idolize him. So you can tell when I saw that Creed trailer, I got really excited. That Creed trailer is phenomenal. It is now like, I just rewrote my most anticipated of the year list. Now it goes Star Wars, Creed, 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 Creed. That's it. As far as the Steve Jobs trailer goes, I liked it. I love the look of me as Steve Wozniak. Joke, I'm Seth Rogen. But I'm still a bit iffy on Fassbender because he just doesn't look like Steve Jobs. And I know it's like, but it's acting. But I'm just like, I see Fassbender. Would have preferred Christian Bale, but I don't know. For me, it looks good. I'm anticipating it, just not as hardly as the boxing movie. Number 8, what is the most annoying song you have ever heard? There's a lot of annoying songs out there. Anything that my sister blasts in the morning when she's taking her shower. That, because it comes into my room and then I'm like, no, stop! Yeah, that. His next question, do you like AC/DC? I love AC/DC. I love them. I actually saw them when I was in 7th grade. To this day, is one of the best shows I've ever been to. AC/DC, they just rock. Oh yes, I love them. Then at number 10, if your movie collection was burning and you could only save 5 movies from your collection, what 5 movies would they be? Well, knowing me, I'd probably try and save all of them, but the ones I'd probably save would... probably all my steelbooks. I'd probably just go and save... I'd save Star Wars. I'd save my Rocky collection. I'd save... just save all my skill books. I'd save... I was going to say just my top 5 favorites, but then I realized some of those I could just replace easily. You know, my favorite movie of all time is Tommy Boy. You can easily go buy that. You can easily go buy that for $5. My next questions come from Matthew Arenholt, and his first one is, I see you're a big fan of Studio Ghibli. What gave it away? Gave it away? This is a failed joke, just going to continue reading the question. Have you ever seen Pom Poko? It's my personal favorite of the ones I've seen, and yet hardly no one ever talks about it. I dig Pom Poko. I like it. I don't like it as much as a lot of people do. I think it's definitely not one of my favorites. I'm glad to hear you like it, man. I know a lot of people really dig Pom Poko. For me, I love the beginning, and I love all the raccoons, but it's a bit long, and it's a bit violent for my taste. I don't know, it's crazy coming from a guy who thinks the Kingsman church scene is awesome, but I don't like to see raccoons get hurt. They're a very interesting animal. Now, the second one is, have you seen The Room and or the Birdemic movies? If so, aren't laughably bad movies fun? I haven't seen the entirety of Birdemic, but I feel like I have just because I've seen the JonTron video on it 10 million times. I do, however, own The Room, and I think The Room is an absolute genius masterpiece. I mean, just to take a movie like that and to have it be about all this stuff that makes no sense, when you go deeper and realize it really truly is about a robot trying to feel love and emotion and trying to fit in the human world. The Room is... Laughably bad movies are just a dream. They're a dream for me. I love them. I want Tommy Wiseau to just keep on making them, please. The Room's a masterpiece. It's a ramsterpiece. His third question is, what is the meaning of life? I'm not the person to ask. You probably want to go ask Sylvester Stallone, because I'm pretty sure he could give you a speech on it, and after you heard that speech, you would cry and change your life. The meaning of life is Rocky Balboa, the 6th one. Just that one speech scene gets me through the day. My next questions come from Bearded Movie Guy, and his first one is, which Rocky fighter would you fight if you had to? Apollo, Clubber, Drago, Tommy Gunn, or the last guy I can't remember? Probably Apollo, just because I figure after we fought we could be friends, and I really want to be friends with Apollo Creed. He seems like a swell guy. He does. His next one is favorite Miyazaki film, obviously Spirited Away. Other one, who wins in a fight, RoboCop or Predator? I'd say Predator, because RoboCop, even though he's a robot and a cop, the Predator is a predator. I'm really good at explaining things. Next question, how old are you? I'm 20. Don't let the beardless face fool you. I am not 12. I am very much 20. Yeah. Next one, who would win in arm wrestling, Chase or you? I don't know. No one wins that fight. Because then Chase would just be like, no, that round was garbage, go again. And I'd be like, Chase. Or probably me, because this baby gets a lot of exercise. The last one, any ideas to help my channel become as awesome as yours without just trying to rip you off? Well, don't rip anyone off, that's a bad idea. And honestly, just keep going with it, have charisma, just do things. Really, people are there to see you, so find what makes you special, and just throw it at a camera, and people will respond. My next few questions come from Superhero Playlist. This first one is Guns N' Roses or AC/DC? AC/DC also, even though I adore Guns N' Roses to death. Second one, worst movie to win Best Picture? Crash, because Crash is garbage, and the fact it won is just like, blah. Biggest Oscar snubs of all time. The two that come to mind now are, of course, Lego Movie. Of course, the Lego Movie not getting nominated, even though it's one of the greatest animated films of all time. And Ben Affleck not getting nominated for Argo. Yeah. Also, Brave winning over Wreck-It Ralph, that still hurts to this day. It still hurts to this day. Next one, most overrated actor, actress, director. I'd say director, I'll say Christopher Nolan, just because, like, he's a genius, like, we all get it. But his fan base acts like he's the second coming of Christ, which he isn't, which means he's kind of overrated in my book. As far as actresses go, I don't know. I don't really have overrated actors and actors. Just have ones I don't like. But that's not overrated. That's opinionated. Favorite Robert De Niro performance? Probably Taxi Driver, because Robert De Niro is my favorite actor of all time, and my favorite movie he's in is Taxi Driver. So I gotta give it to Taxi Driver because he's amazing in that movie and he like changed my life. He did. I can never look at a mirror the same way again. The next one is favorite Meryl Streep performance. Probably say Doubt. I like her in Doubt. I like her a lot in Doubt. Next one, do you watch Roger Ebert? I do, because he's like revolutionary in what I do. Like, I feel like if you want to get a good understanding of what it is to make a movie review on camera, you gotta watch Roger Ebert. He's like the OG movie YouTube guy, even though he's on TV. You gotta, he's a legend. Favorite video game? Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. It's flawed, but I don't care, I love it. Will you ever do a top 10 or 20 favorite movies of all time? That is a list that is always constantly changing. The only ones I can ever come up with are my top 5, so probably not. Probably not. That would be, I'm not Chase, I can't list these things, I can't do it. And the last one is, if you were trapped in a cave with Justin Bieber, what would you do? P.S. You can't kill yourself, kill him or escape. I would lay him down, like on a rock. I'd be like, just sit on this rock, and I would sit there, I'd put my glasses on, and we would have a therapy session. Because that boy needs it. My next question comes from Parker Smikle, and he says he's wondering why I rate my movies the way I do. Like, you know, B+ out of 10 instead of 10 out of 10. Basically, the story behind that really isn't all that interesting. I just wanted to do the letter rating system, because I've never been a fan of the number rating system, because for me it just doesn't work. I know it works for other people, and God bless them, but it doesn't work for me, so I just don't use it. But I was using that letter system, and I recalled my old coworker, Preston, calling me up and going, hey, you should maybe make it something original, like Nicolas Cage heads out of 10. And I was like, well, as fun as that sounds, no. But what if I just combine the two of them? It's like an A+ out of 10. That's literally, it was just so I could be original and still use the scores I was comfortable with. That's really it. My next question comes from, and his question is, what is the most underrated movie? It's like 10 million of them. So I'm just gonna say this because I'm still trying to raise awareness for it, and that is They Came Together. It was the best comedy that came out last year. No one talks about it. It's phenomenal. It's the funniest thing ever. My next few questions come from the Pokey Kid, and his first one is top cereals you eat or love to eat. Well, if I eat them, I love to eat them. I like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I like Captain Crunch, because I am in fact a captain, so even though it rips the top of my mouth, I live with it. Now, I'm a fan of Lucky Charms. I like me some Lucky Charms. His next one, favorite brands not related to entertainment, so no movies, video games, comics, etc. Fender, Marshall, Gibson. Favorite band not related to movies, video games, comics. I realize that joke doesn't work. Is that a joke? The answer is the Eagles. And the Fratellis. And his last one is very strangely worded, my man. I love it. I love it. It's fun and entertaining. It's very strangely worded. His last one is, what is your biggest pet peeves about the kids today? I don't like how they roll down the street blasting their hip-hop music and bopping up. Maybe I shouldn't be doing that impression. He's a rapist or something. I'm just going to move on. My next questions come from my boy, Theo, Movie Reviews, and his first one is, what would you do if you saw Channing Tatum in Ram? I would prep the washroom. I would get it all ready, and I'd use it if I needed to, because that thing's not going to be in use for a few weeks afterwards. Do you like pizza? Who doesn't? What's your favorite song of this year? What's that one? It's that Don't Lie to Me song from the Fratellis' new album that's not out yet. That one. I don't know why I'm yelling that one. That one. And lastly, would you host a show on YouTube? No, I don't think that's in my wheelhouse. Next few questions come from the Cinema Hound, and his first one is, have you seen Taxi Driver, Pulp Fiction, Forrest Gump, or The Shawshank Redemption? I've seen all of those, I own all of those, and I love all of those. Those were actually his first 2 questions. This third one, who are your favorite YouTubers? I love me some JonTron. I love me some Liam Lee. I love me some Schmoes No. I love me some Collider Movie Talk. I love Pro Jared. I'm not just saying that, like I need a fourth one. I love Pro Jared. I forgot about Pro Jared. He's one of my biggest inspirations and I forgot about Pro Jared. 4, who are your most underrated YouTubers? These guys I literally just found a few days ago due to Art and Ram losing their Jesus on them. But that is double toasted. I literally just found these guys. They have like 23,000 subs. And they are hysterical and they need more, so go sub to them and watch their Point Break trailer review. That's the funniest, that's the most I've laughed in a while, and I needed it. His next one, favorite movie villains. I love my Darth Vader. I love my Hans Gruber. I love my Simon Gruber. Basically any villain in any Die Hard except the 5th one, and then Star Wars. Space battles. Yeah. Favorite TV shows currently on TV. I don't watch a lot of TV. I know I like Arrow, and I like Family Feud. That's not what you wanted the answer. You wanted it to be something beautiful, but my answer is Family Feud. Because those families feud. Yeah. Capote, Crash, Munich, Brokeback Mountain, or Good Night and Good Luck. It's not a question, that's more just a list, but yes, I have seen all of those. So, yeah. Favorite movie of the 2010s so far? Django Unchained. It's entered my top 5 of all time. I love Django Unchained. It's incredible. It's a master. It's a masterpiece. Then his 9th one, favorite foreign film that is not anime. Probably still Old Boy. I thought that would change when I saw Seven Samurai, and I really loved Seven Samurai, but Old Boy is just so good. It's just so good, so I gotta go with it. My next few questions come from Tyrell Lisson. His first one, most overrated film, The Dark Knight. Second one, best movie viewing experience you've ever had. Probably seen the first Avengers in a giant packed theater. It was amazing and it was great, and it brings a tear to my eye just thinking about it. Look at this tear, it's coming down. You can't see it though, because it's in my soul. His third one movie you went to see in theaters that you thought was going to be bad, but was actually pretty good. That happens a lot. Like, that happens so much that, like... I'm doing all this off my head, and I'll say the one I thought was going to be horrendous, that I thought was actually pretty okay, was World War Z. It was a pretty okay movie. I thought it was going to be terrible. I thought it was going to be garbage. Actually pretty good. So yeah. Best action movie in the last 5 years, Mad Max is off limits. If Mad Max is off limits, then The Raid 2 is not, so The Raid 2. Next one comes from Brendan Weisman, and his question is, what is your guilty pleasure movie? Probably The Wicker Man. The Wicker Man with Nicolas Cage, because that movie is just... It's terrible. It is terrible, but it is so entertaining to watch. It's one of those things where you're like, this is so guilty, I feel so guilty. It's like The Room too. The Room is also a guilty pleasure movie. Those, and any Schwarzenegger movie, just because I watch him and I go, I like this. Our next questions come from Ramster, who is my boyfriend. So stay away from me. This is his. This is all his. Cut this joke. Don't have that joke in there. Cut that joke. If you don't cut that joke, you're fired. Anyways, his first question is, if Marvel got hacked, lost most of their money, and they only had enough money to make one more Marvel film, what film would you like that to be? Knowing me, it would probably be another Punisher film. I love the Punisher. I love him. I think John Bernthal is going to kill it in Daredevil Season 2. So I guess I want him to have another movie. If it's one's coming up, then Doctor Strange. I am really, really, really looking forward to Doctor Strange. That movie sounds like a fun time. Second one, is Christian Bale a better actor than Daniel Day-Lewis? No, and if you think so, you're wrong. Number 3, Tony Montana or Brian Fantana? Tony Montana is a great man, but Brian Fantana, he just goes like that and then it's just condoms. Brian Fantana, he's a genius. 4, can you make up a song on the spot and have your favorite food and sing it? About your favorite food. Okay, anything for Ramster. Chips, cheese, and candy is all I need. In my mouth, not dicks, just chips and cheese and candy. I haven't written a song in like years. Fifth question, have you seen Triple X? No, but you have. Sixth question, what would you like to see in The Dark Knight Redemption? Well, I would love to see it. The Dark Knight Redemption, by the way, is my dream project. Like, sometimes I write screenplays, sometimes I don't, but my dream project is to bring Batman, the Western Batman, to screen. Because there's like a toy Square Enix came out, which is Western Batman, and I know there was a Western Batman in the comics, but I mean like one that I saw in the toy. And I want to see him up against the Joker just in a Western fashion. Like, just tell me you want to see. It would fit perfectly. Fit perfectly. We've seen the Batmobile. You haven't seen the Bat-Horse yet, though, have you? Huh? Huh? Yeah. Dark Knight Redemption. Coming when I have money. Question number 7. Ram being the classy gentleman he is, asked me, fuck, marry, kill. Elizabeth Olsen, Jamie Alexander, and Nino Dobrev. Well, fuck, I would say... That's a tie-up between Alexander and Dobrev. I'd say Dobrev, just because, I don't know, there's something about her, it gets me, although Jamie Alexander is a beautiful woman. These are two incredibly beautiful women. However, neither of them are marrying, because I'm marrying Elizabeth Olsen, because she's my celebrity waifu. I look up at her and I go, no, don't, stop, I'm mine. So I guess that means I have to kill Jamie Alexander. Hopefully I can kill her with my great lovemaking. Is that an option? Do I need to use a gun or can I use... Isn't The Mask of Zorro one of the best superhero films ever made? Yeah! What's your favorite Vin Diesel film outside the Fast and Furious franchise and any film he has done voice acting for? He was in Saving Private Ryan, you know. So yeah, that. Although he wasn't the Iron Giant, but that's voice acting. It wasn't even better than Terminator 2, so I'll say that. And then, why would Kevin Hart be perfect as Robin? Because who doesn't want... Because he's small, so he can fit in the suit, and he's very nimble, I guess. Next questions come from the Super Movie Buff. Her first one, worst movie with great performances, and... You know, a movie that had some really good performances, but was god-awful was The Counselor. That's one. Favorite movie from each decade, 1930s, 1940s, 1950s, 1960s, 1970s, 1980s, 1990s, 2000s, 2010s? Django Unchained. Because. Number 3, most overrated actor. I don't know. I guess I just do not think any actor is overrated. There are ones I don't like, but that doesn't mean I think they're overrated. That means I don't like them. 4. Top 5 worst times the Oscars nominated a lead actor for supporting. Mine is Ethan Hawke for Training Day. I don't know if I have a top 5 for that. I'd say, I feel like I'm not answering any of your questions, but I've actually never had a problem with that because, like, I know a lot of people had a problem when Christian Bale got nominated for supporting, when everyone's like, but he was really the lead. But technically, to me, he wasn't really the lead. He was more the side lead, because it's about Mark Wahlberg. I'll go with yours, though. Ethan Hawke is the lead in Training Day, so he probably shouldn't be getting supporting. So yeah, and that leads into number 5. Do you like Ethan Hawke? I love Ethan Hawke. He's a swell dude. Our next question comes from Railmender Celtic. Have you seen all the Fast and Furious movies yet? Well, maybe if you buy them for me, Rail, maybe I'll watch them. It's like I have. You know that. Because we talk. Yeah. Next one comes from Playlist2384. If I sent you the game Ride to Hell Retribution, would you play it, complete it, and do a review on it? I'll say this. I'm having so much trouble finding the time to review games I like that if I had to play through Ride to Hell Retribution, I'd probably cry. Really bad. Really bad. That game is so bad. Next one comes from Phoenix Plays. Studio Ghibli or Pixar? I'll say Studio Ghibli just by the inch that their movies make me feel a bit more. A bit more, like that much more. But for me, the Japanimation will always come out on top. Next one, Teenage Mutant Ninja Ostriches, which is the greatest name ever. They got one. Have you ever gotten into a fight? No? no. Like, I've gotten into Smash Bros. Fights, but not into, like, a real one. But if I saw Chase from a few mixed reviews on the street, we'd probably tussle. We probably would. It would probably be on television. Everyone would be like, oh, look at two people no one knows just beating the crap out of each other and yelling things about the Predator reboot, you know? Then the last question we got here is from Prene Ray, and they ask, what season of Entourage have you reached? How much do you love it so far? I've only reached season 2, because I am lazy, but I dig it. It's fun. So yeah, guys, those are all the questions we got for this Q&A here. Now, Ash, when's the next one? You need to set another goal. Now that we've gotten to the thousands, I'm not going to be going by hundreds anymore. Instead, I'm going to say when we get to 1,500, that's when the next Q&A will be. And of course, as a lot of you saw in my last Q&A, I do have some special things planned for you just for this goal. My set tour that I'm going to do, I saw a lot of you would actually be interested in that, which got me excited because I was interested in doing that because I buy a lot of toys. I'd love to show them all to you, including all the posters you don't see. So yeah, that will be coming soon. I don't know when, but also I'm going to be relaunching kind of not exactly a segment. I'm going to be relaunching something I did, but I'm going to be relaunching it on this channel. So stay tuned because that should be out by the end of the day. So yeah, get hyped for that. But once again, everyone, thank you so much for getting me to 1,000 subs. That's insanity. That is a small town. It is like a small town of people who are just subbed to Ash now. And it feels good. I'm feeling good. I've got a sword. I will knight all of you in the name of the Captain Vitus show. Stay classy.